Welcome to my channel, folks. My name's Henry, and if you're new here, well, I'm just an old man, 93 years young, who's lived a whole lot of life. I've seen wars come and go, the rise of the internet, and kids trading baseball cards turn into kids trading Bitcoin. And today, I want to talk to you about something real close to the bone: genetics. Yeah, that stuff you inherit from your folks that might just say something about how long you stick around on this earth. Now, I'm no scientist, but I've seen the world change, and I've lived long enough to wonder, did my genes really decide I'd make it past 90? Or was it the choices I made, the way I lived, and a whole lot of luck? In this video, I want to share some things I've learned, some thoughts I've had, and maybe give you young ones a bit of perspective from an old-timer. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and let me tell you a few things about genetics and the mystery of lifespan. Number 1. What genetics really is, from a grandpa's eyes. Now, when I was a boy, we didn't talk about DNA. Heck, we barely understood why some folks had blue eyes and others didn't. But as time went on, science started uncovering these tiny codes inside us, genes, they call them, that pretty much act like a blueprint. They're passed down from your mom and dad, and they decide everything from the color of your hair to, believe it or not, how likely you are to get certain illnesses. But here's the kicker I've come to learn. Having the blueprint ain't the same as building the house. Just cause something's in your genes don't mean it's set in stone. I've had buddies with bad genes outlive folks who came from what we used to call strong stock. So sure, genes matter, but life has a way of throwing curveballs, and how you swing at them matters just as much, if not more. Number 2. My family history, the genes I got dealt. Let me tell you a bit about the folks I came from. My daddy died at 58, a heart attack. Worked too hard, smoked too much. My mama, she made it to 87, strong and sharp, till the end. I got uncles who went young and a sister who's still gardening at 96. What that tells me is, even in the same family, genetics can play out real different. When I hit 70, I got real curious about all this, so I had one of those gene tests done. It said I had a moderate risk of heart disease and a low risk of dementia, but I'd already made it that far without knowing. What I realized is, those test results, they're like a weather forecast. Helpful, sure, but they don't guarantee rain or shine. You still gotta dress for the day and live your life. That's what I've always done. Genes be damned. Number 3. Lifestyle choices, the stuff you can control. Now here's where I really believe a man makes his own fate. How he lives. I gave up smoking at 30, started walking every morning at 40, and even though I loved me a steak, I learned to enjoy vegetables too. I stayed curious, kept learning, didn't let my mind go soft. That's not luck, and it sure as heck ain't all genetics. That's choices. I've had friends who inherited the same family genes, but lived fast and rough, and they paid the price early. Others, like me, made little changes over time. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. You treat your body and mind with respect, and they just might stick around longer than you think. Genes might load the gun, but your habits pull the trigger, or don't. Number 4. Stress, joy, and the spirit, the hidden ingredients. One thing they don't put in your DNA test is how happy you are, or how much stress you carry around. I've buried friends, lost jobs, and seen hard times. But I've also laughed till I cried, danced at my grandkids' weddings, and watched the sunrise more times than I can count. That joy, that peace, that matters. Stress will kill a man faster than a bad gene, I tell ya. The folks I've known who lived long, they didn't avoid pain, but they didn't let it own them either. They found meaning, purpose, community. I think the heart's like an engine. It runs better when it's loved. Science might not measure that, but any old man will tell you it's real. Number 5. What I want the younger generation to know. So here we are. You're young, probably scrolling past a dozen other videos before mine. But if you've made it this far, let me leave you with something real. Don't obsess over your genes. Know 'em, sure. Respect 'em. But don't let 'em scare you. You've got a say in how your story goes. Eat well. Move often. Love hard. Keep learning. Take naps. Say sorry when you need to. Laugh at yourself. That's how I made it to 93 and still going. I didn't beat my genes. I worked with them, and I added a whole lot of heart. If you treat your life like it matters, it just might return the favor. Thanks for watching, friends. If you found this helpful, or even just comforting, go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Share it with someone who might need a little nudge to start living better, not just longer. I've got more stories, more thoughts, and a whole lot of life experience I'd love to pass down. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to hear more from an old man with a big heart and a few wrinkles of wisdom. Until next time, take care of yourself, and remember, life ain't just about the years in your life. It's about the life in your years. God bless you.